The purpose of the gathering is to urge the government to reconsider shutting entertainment outlets by 1 a.m. because we feel that that particular measure would actually have an impact on the country's economy, culture, and the livelihood of our industry, livelihood of the people working in the industry. As you know, most entertainment outlets earn their income through people who walk through our doors. Now, usually what happens is customers come only after 12 a.m. because in our culture, we tend to go home first, dine with our families, and spend some time with our family. And by the time they actually come out, it's usually at 11 o'clock. Yeah, and when they another reason is they also go home early because it takes like 1 to 2 hours to get home. So by the time they come out to socialize, it's already 12 a.m. If you ask any of the business operators here, can I just ask you, what time do your customers come in? 12 o'clock. So when the customers come in at 12 o'clock, how do we close our business at 1 a.m.? And this industry actually supports thousands of people who work with us. Not just people who work, see, most of them, a lot of them also, for a lot of them, this is also a second job. You know, in Malaysia, in Malaysia, a lot of us do second jobs. So, to a lot of them, this is also a second career. So, if we can't operate after 1 a.m., most of us have to close our businesses. This is a fact. And thousands of people work in the industry. It's just not us. It's just not even the workers in the industry. You have to look at other people as well. The industry is related to this particular industry. Okay? And if you take, for example, foreigners, even the foreigners come in around 11 a.m. Tourists. They also come out to party around 11 to 12 a.m. And in fact, if you see the other outlets related to it, like restaurants, mini markets, the food stall owners, food stall vendors, there's vans that sells burgers and stuff like that. They actually rely on similar customers who patronize our outlets, and later on they go out to eat in these places. E-hailing companies. Okay. There were just a couple more things. One is the real problem is actually not the licensed outlets. We are regulated, we are easily monitored. If there is any untoward incident that takes place, the authorities can trace it back to us. But when you go out and drink in a place which is not licensed, you don't know it exists, how are you going to control it? So the DBKL, which is already doing a very good job, will have massive headache if people were to go out and open up all these bars and without licenses. It's going to be very difficult to monitor them. Instead, it is better for you to allow us to run the place and then monitor us like any good nations do. Yeah. Now, the other issue is entertainment is part of our culture since the KL mining times, if you remember. Even Royal Slam Club has a very long bar, as you can see, that's more than 100 years old probably. So, and we have managed it very well. We are people who live with different cultures. We respect each other. There are some people who don't drink. There is, fine, you can go home, sleep. There are some people who would like to party outside, and they have a right to do that after the age of 21. Don't you think so? But primarily, if you shut down at 1 a.m., I'm telling you, most of us will go out of business, and there are thousands of people employed in this industry. I tell you, a lot of them are people who need the job because they work 9 to 5 or 11 to 8, and then they come in and do their part-time work, go home at 3 a.m. Yeah? And there is other industry which is totally reliant on this industry. As you know, from the stall operators to the 24-hour shops, e-hailing. Wow, it's enormous. Actually.